Well, greetings and salutations, test takers. This is the Series 7 Guru coming to you from my off-grid studio, getting our kicks on historic Route 66 with an explication request. If you have an explication request, you can send it to explicationrequest@guruexamprep.com. An investor goes long 100 cat shares at 115, short a cat May 130 call at 50 cents. So that's an obligation to sell the shares I bought at 115 for 130. That's kind of nifty. You get paid to sell high, a stock I just bought low. Not bad. And long a cat May 100 put at $1.50. So I have a choice to sell the cat that I bought at 115 at 150. Not testable, but I think of options as being of floors and ceilings. There's a ceiling at 130. I have to give up the stock, and there's a floor at 100. Right? I can stick the stock to somebody at 100. This is called a caller. The caller being 130 and 100. Right? I don't participate outside of those prices, outside those strike prices. And typically, what I'm doing here is selling the call to fund either the entire purchase of the put, that would be a cashless caller, or a partial funding of the insurance, the put. Here it's a partial fund, right? I got 50 cents towards that. Now, I always suggest that you fire up a T. If you get contract specifications, you're not struggling that a short call is an obligation to sell the stock, long put is a choice to sell the stock, and then you can track money, you're in pretty good shape. So I see I have dollars out, dollars in. Some people like to use debits, minuses instead of dollars out. Some people like to use instead of dollars in a plus or a credit. I'll show you both the T and then I'll show you using pluses and minuses. It's a buffet. Lots of different ways to do it. I think the T is the best way to proceed. But do what makes sense to you. All right, so I paid 115 for the cat shares. I brought in 50 cents for the call. I paid $1.50 for the protection. So what is break even? Break even is same dollars out as dollars in, right? So I got to make the T balance because that's what break even is, right? So boom, I can chop my answer set and I know that I need a number that if I plug it in would make the columns balance, right? So I need a number. I could chop my answer set right now. Choice A, choice B, choice C, choice D, and I find out that the break even is 116. Right? If I can sell it for 116, I would have the same dollars out as dollars in. So if you get the T and you get this idea, then you don't have to memorize a bunch of break evens. If you go down the memory road, oh my goodness, the amount of things you're going to have to memorize is going to continue to compound substantially. Now, another way you could do this is you could simply say, okay, I'm netted out. I'm out of pocket 115 for the stock. I brought in 50 cents for the call. I paid $1.50 for the put. So I'm net out of pocket 116. And again, that is my break even. I need to be able to bring back in that 116. So you can do the T, pluses and minuses, whatever floats your boat. The answer to this question is the break even is 116. This is called a caller, where we're selling a call to pay or fund the purchase of the put. And I think it's very low probability you're going to see this. I do have a video on callers. I'll attach it in the video description, but it's very low probability. I think these would be separate testable issues. What I mean by that is a covered call. You buy the stock at 115, sell the call, or a protective put where you buy the stock and you buy the put. Lower probability you're actually going to see a caller. You'll probably see more than one covered call, maybe two, three, four of those perhaps. So make sure you really have that covered call down. All right. Well, remember, inch by inch, your exam is a cinch, yard by yard, your exam is hard, and I'll see you for the next explication request.